today in this video, I'm going to be answering a question that someone sent. So stay tuned. Before you get into this video though, subscribe if you haven't already and visit my channel and stay tuned for the information I'm going to share. So today the question is by Queen Laura Yah, and it actually has two questions in one. So I'm going to answer the first question in this video and the next question in the next video. So here's what the comment says. I have a question, Big Sis. So I've heard that some things that you want that aren't important, or things that can't help you help Yah or his people, Yah will most likely do all he can to keep you away from it if he doesn't want you to have it. Is this true? So that's the first question, and I'm gonna get right to it. So to answer your question in a matter-of-fact way, I don't think that is true to a certain extent. If Yah doesn't want you to have something, and it's for, of course, good reason, because if Yah doesn't want you to have something, or if something isn't his will, then it's clearly for good reason. So that being said, if he doesn't want you to have it, then yeah, you're most likely not going to get it. However, Yah will bless you with plenty of things that won't really be viewed as important to other people, or probably won't even help anybody but yourself. He will give you certain things. It just depends on if it's his will, if that thing, whether or not that thing is going to be a weight to your walk, and become a burden to your walk that you don't realize. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't think that it is true that if you want something that's not important, you can't get it. But I think it is true that if the Most High doesn't want you to have something, then you're just not going to have it, because that's his will, and what Yah wants for you in your life is good. If you're called according to his purpose, the things that he wants for you will ultimately be for the good in your life, even if right now it doesn't make sense to you, and it's not really the fact that you don't have something that you might want doesn't feel good for you. In the future, everything will play out, and it will be good when it's all said and done. But right now it might not look so good, but it's just a matter of being patient and really seeing and really having the patience to wait for the full outcome. Believe it or not, there's plenty of small blessings and things that you had a desire for that you were blessed with throughout your life. Even if you can't really think of anything right now, just the fact that you have certain things, and the fact that you have these things is a blessing in itself. And sometimes, like the little things that you might have right now, those things might not have helped anybody, or it probably didn't help Yah with anything. They were probably just little things that kind of brought joy to your life, or gave you something to do instead of being bored. It could be little things like that. And believe it or not, those are even blessings from Yah, because I'm sure there's something that you have right now that you like a lot, or there's something that you can do. Like for instance, I saw your YouTube channel and you do drawings. Drawing and art, in my opinion, is a great way to give Yah glory and something that you like to do. And in my opinion, the fact that you can even draw and create art is a blessing in itself. And starting out, when you first started your art, it was, I'm sure, very fun and entertaining for you. But in the moment, it didn't really help anyone. It didn't really help Yah with anything. But it was a great hobby for you, and it's obviously still a great hobby for you right now. It's just a blessing overall, and that's an example of something that you want, something that you can do that's not necessarily changing the world, if you know what I mean. Like if you were to stop doing art, it wouldn't be a big deal. And if you continue down that road, I'm sure the Most High will continue to bless it if that's His will. That's why the Bible says, in all your ways, acknowledge Him and He will direct your paths. So if there's something that you want, the Bible also says to ask and it shall be given. It didn't say that the big things that will help people and help Yah, ask for those things and it shall be given. It just said ask and it shall be given. So if it's obviously not something that will become a sin or a weight to your walk, and it's just an innocent little thing that you want, if you ask Him, you should receive it, unless it's not His will. That's why it's also important to pray and, make sure you're asking things according to His will, so that you're not just praying in vain. That's why in my video I did about prayer, I said it's best that you, when in prayer and you're asking for things, it's best to make sure you're in the right place with Yah. It's best to give Him glory and praise first, and pray about the important things first, because you always want to put those things first before little things that you might want. So making sure you're right with Yah. He might not want to give you something that you want right now if you're not in the right completely. If you're not right with either people that you love or people that you know, if you're not right with Yah, if you're not pleasing in His sight fully right now, then He might not want to bless you with those desires that you want until you are. So once that's handled, make sure you give Him the glory and gratitude and be thankful to Him about all the things that you do have right now before requesting new things. Because if you go up to a person and you're constantly asking them for things and they give you things from time to time, and then you just keep going to them and asking them for more, eventually that person's gonna be like, I don't mind doing this for you, but you never really say thanks. You never come to me about anything else except for things that you want. Like, you only come to me when you want something. You never really say thanks to me or anything like that. That's how it would be if you're coming to a person asking them for something all the time. So it's the same with the Most High. You can't just go to Him all the time asking Him for things and not showing your gratitude and other things like that. It's the same concept. Also, if you feel like what you might be asking for may end up being a weight to your walk and your belief, then observe all that stuff about yourself first before asking for things, because it's always best to know what you plan on doing with things in your life period and all of that. Because it's one thing to ask for something and then you end up in Yah's permissive will and He gives it to you, and then you end up not really being completely pleasing in His sight because of it, and then He teaches you a lesson, and then you come out of that lesson and you're like, yeah, next time I'm not going to do that. It's just best to make sure that you're in His will rather than permissive will, and He just lets you do this so that you can learn a lesson. It's best to just observe why you want something first and why you're praying about it before you go in depth, because either you'll end up in His permissive will and you'll end up going through something that you won't have to go through if you just observe why you really want this thing, or you could end up just praying vain prayers that will never really get answered because they're just that vain and carnal. So it's best to just observe why you want something before actually praying and asking about it. So while I don't think it's true that Yah will just totally keep you from anything that you want if it won't help His people or help Him, I do think it's true that He will do all that He can to keep you from something if it will only be a weight to your walk. And if it's in your power to get certain things that you want, and you're doing all that you can to get those particular things, but you just notice that you're coming upon all these obstacles and people are saying different things, just making you feel like maybe you shouldn't have this, and then just more and more things just keep happening. It's best that you pray and make sure it's the Most High's will for you to have this particular thing. Because if it feels like Yah is doing all that he can to keep you from something, then it's best that you look at that and just, you know, take a step back and make sure you're in his will, and make sure you're not trying to get something that he doesn't want you to have. Because if you do, he'll just do all he can to take it from you. And once he take it from you, that can end up being a worse scenario than just praying and making sure this is something he wants you to have. That being said, I do believe that if it's something simple, like let's say you and your family want to travel somewhere, want to travel like to a park or something that's only a few hours away, and y'all really just want to do this, and you all just need the opportunity to do it. But you haven't really quite got an answer, and you all take it upon yourself to just go, and then you just go, and then you come upon all these problems. You start having problems with your car and different things like that, and it's just not a smooth ride. It's best to just look at that and observe and see, and come to the conclusion that maybe Yah doesn't want you to go to this particular place at this particular time. Maybe he wants you to wait a little bit longer. It could be something like that, in which obviously traveling, even if it's just somewhere that's only a few hours away, that's not really that big of a deal. But if that's not his will for you, like perhaps something might happen at the place that you all are trying to travel to or something like that, then it's just best to seek him and seek his will. But though traveling somewhere to just have a quick vacation, it won't really help anybody else. It won't help Yah with anything, but it's a blessing that he could allow you to have. Let's just say he allows y'all to have it, and you have a smooth ride, and you have a great weekend at this place that you all travel to. Though that's not really helping nobody else, helping Yah's people spiritually or anything like that, and it's not really helping Yah, it's a blessing that you might desire, and he might give to you if you just seek him and ask him for it. And even so, there's plenty of ways that you can give Yah the glory, and different things that you're doing and different desires that you have. Once those desires are granted, there's ways to either give him gratitude, praise, there's ways to give him glory in those particular things. So just seek him about all of that, and be mindful of the fact that you can't always give him glory, even if you're not helping him with this big purpose of saving people and getting them to salvation and getting them to have faith in him. Even if it's not nothing that big, you can at least give him the praise and gratitude for whatever it was that he blessed you with. So with that being said, I hope my answer was helpful to you, and I hope you come to a better understanding concerning that question. And my apologies for the delay in answering your question. I know this was months ago you asked, but yeah, things happen and I get busy. I also get a lot of other comments. So yeah. I saw someone had replied to your comment and said that we never answer questions, our family never answers questions, and we're just in it for the views. That's not true. That's why I always say at the end of my videos to ask questions, or give me any ideas for videos that you might like to see, because I do want to have the time to answer you all's questions and make videos for you all and all of those sorts of things. So just bear with me, and yeah, I'll try to answer you all's questions more often and more sooner instead of waiting so much. And if I can't make a video, I'll try my best to reply in the comment section. But just understand, as my channel grows, y'all willing, I will get more and more questions, and it will be a little bit more difficult for me to answer them on time, but I will still continue to try my best. And I want to say thank you all the people who have subscribed and been watching my videos and liking my videos and all that. I want to say thank you to the new subscribers and the ones who've been here since the beginning. Thanks for all the support, and thanks for watching my channel and enjoying my channel. So with that being said, if you're new, subscribe if you haven't already, And look at my description box for any extra information that I might have in there. And also visit my community where you can see different posts. Like I hope to share art over there. I share photography, scriptures, poems, and different things of that nature. So go on over there and check that out if you're interested. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.